Hey everyone, this is a review of the Saddleman Road Sofa LS seat. The LS stands for lattice stitch, and the reason I'm doing this review is because I didn't see a whole lot of information online about this seat before I made the purchase. So I thought I'd help everyone out, and if you're deciding if you want to buy this seat or not, you could figure it out. So, I'm just going to give you my take on it. I've had it for about 2 days. And just so you know a little background about me, my size, I'm 6'1", 215 pounds. So I have a 34-inch inseam. So I prefer, this is the extended reach seat. So I prefer to have a little more leg room for me. So that works a lot better. I don't want to be up on the gas tank. So, first thing I'm going to do is go through what I like about this seat. And this is the backrest option. So I'm going to review the backrest in a minute, but I want to just show you the seat without the backrest right now so you could see the lines of it. And what I did like about the seat was the shape. I thought it had, nice curves to it. Has a very small footprint on the rear fender. The pillion tapers up, so you could get to your saddlebag lids really easy. So I like that feature about it. It looks very sleek for what they advertise as a long distance touring seat. Okay, and it has excellent lumbar support. So it's about 5-6 inches of lumbar support, and it really does seat in there good. Honestly, you don't even need a backrest with this seat, so it has plenty of lumbar support, and that split seam really does keep that pressure off, that hammock area on your tailbone. So that's something I do like about it. And this is the heated version, and the heat on this one works phenomenal. So that's great too. But what I disliked about this seat is first the color. I mean, you could see my bike's a completely murdered out Road Glide, and it has a gray seat on it. So that just, to me, that alone is a deal breaker for me. If you have a different color bike and the gray doesn't bother you, then that wouldn't be an issue. But to have a murdered out bike with a gray seat, and what kind of ticked me off about it is their website shows a black Road Glide with this seat on it, and they must have photoshopped it or something because it's really dark. You could see it yourself on the Saddleman website. Also, I do like the shape of the seat, but it is too small. If you notice, you could see inside, you could see the wiring under there, and also water would get in there in the rain. And up front, I could rub out those marks from the old seat, but you could see the gap where the console ends. I mean, this is an aftermarket console, but it's pretty much the same size as another one. And you could see the bolts where the seat is. So, they could have did a little bit better job extending the nose to fit a little better, and a little wider there, would have made it fit a lot better. But I do like the way the pillion in the back is tapered. That part I did like. And one of the things about this is, they call this the road sofa. And, upon research, I discovered, there were several road sofa models. You have the deluxe, and there's this other one, I believe. And to name this the road sofa is just ridiculous. It looks nothing like the other road sofas. And there's nothing sofa-like about. It is hard. I mean, this thing is like a sport bike seat. And, if it were me, I wouldn't name this the road sofa if I was Saddleman. I would have gave it a completely different name, like Sport Tourer or GT Touring seat, because this is a firm seat. This is a very sport type seat. It really kind of sits in the bucket. And for me, as a long distance touring seat, this is a fail. I mean, I couldn't imagine. I know I've only had it 2 days and it could break in, but this would have to get 50% softer for my tastes, because it also, the taper in the front here, it doesn't have a whole lot of thigh support. It's very tapered. You can see where the marks are from the original seat right there. So that shows you how far out the original seat goes. So when my feet, again, I'm 6'1", 34-inch inseam. When my feet are on the floorboard, it's all my weight is on my butt bones. Every bit of it. There's no thigh support. When I put my feet on the highway pegs, then there's a little bit of thigh support, not a whole lot, but it is a lot more comfortable. But, this seat is really firm, and you bounce a lot. I feel all the bumps. Like, a few times I got, airborne when I hit a couple bumps, which, I rarely that happens with the stock seat. And, they advertise with the gel seat, that it absorbs vibration. And that may be true of the gel, but when you wrap it in a really hard, firm foam, then you lose the benefits of the gel. So, I couldn't tell any benefits of a gel seat with this seat at all. So, you feel everything. If you run over a caterpillar, you're going to feel it with the seat. So, and so that I wasn't thrilled about. Now I'm going to put the backrest in and give you a review on that. Okay, so now the backrest's in. As you can see, it's in need of some Viagra. It just falls over. It looks beautiful, but there is no spring, nothing in the back that helps it stay up. So it will just lay there no matter what height you put it at. It'll fall over more. It's very, very front heavy. So that drove me insane when I was riding. Anytime you stand up to kind of shift your butt around or stretch your legs for a minute at a red light and you go to sit back down, it would ride your jacket up because it leans heavy on your back. It does not leave your back for even on a hill. So every time I would stand up and sit down, my jacket would ride up and I'd have to fix everything. And I just can't believe they didn't put a spring. This is like a $240 option. And how much does it cost for a spring that'll keep it from doing that? So as you can see, it just crashes down. I think, if I were to keep this seat, I would have turned it back in and got one without the backrest because the lumbar support's so good you really don't need the backrest. And that thing just drives me insane. It's like a rock in the shoe moment for me. So you got this pouch in the back. Maybe you throw like a 5-pound weight in the back and that'll keep it up. But, for me, the cons outweigh the pros for this seat. For the money it costs and to name it the road sofa when it's very, very firm. There's nothing sofa-like about this seat. I don't consider this a long-distance seat. It's comfortable enough for short trips around town, but I think I rode it 90 minutes yesterday, and I didn't get butt burn, but I could tell that I wouldn't last the whole day on this without getting uncomfortable. And that was the whole point of getting a long-distance touring seat, was to give up my Airhawk pad. And with this seat, I could see me putting the Airhawk pad back on, and then what's the sense of having a heated seat? So for me, this one's going to go back. So I just thought I'd share my opinion on it since there's so little info on this out there. Thanks for looking at this video.